I cannot help but shake my head at the fact that every year I see thousands of men come down to Vietnam and get hitched on a whim with some random stranger that they know absolutely nothing about. Most of these men met their misses through some shady marriage agency catering to foreigners looking for mail order brides, or from one of the many sleazy hostess bars populating the country. And in nearly all of these cases, the men didn't bother to screen their new wives or girlfriends at all, only to later regret it when they get divorce raped or discover after getting married that they can't stand living with their new wife because she's a total b****. If only due diligence had been taken, then they would have most likely not ended up in this situation in the first place. On today's video, I'm going to go over 8 signs a Vietnamese girl is not girlfriend or wife material, and what red flags to look out for when you're dating a Vietnamese girl. If you don't want to end up taken to the cleaners and having recurring nightmares about your ex-girlfriend or wife, then make sure you watch until the end because you definitely don't want to miss these red flags. Let's begin. She's self-centered and selfish. I don't care how young or beautiful a girl is. If she's self-centered and selfish, she's going to be a real pain in the ass. Girls that fall under this category are term takers in a relationship, meaning they will only suck value out of your relationship. You can forget about her doing anything special for you. Have a birthday coming up? Who cares? In her reality, she's number 1, meaning you'll be the one doing things for her left and right. And if you don't, expect your princess syndrome to kick into overdrive. These narcissists only care about one thing, themselves. It's always me, 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 me. Hey, can you come chauffeur me around town, honey? I'm too lazy to drive my motorbike. Hey, honey, what are you getting me for my birthday? Hey, darling, my feet are so sore. Can you come rub my feet and give me a foot massage? If you want to be stuck in a miserable relationship where you get bossed around on a daily basis and feel like you've been castrated, then by all means, go and marry a girl with these character traits. She parties all the time, drinks, and does recreational drugs. While this may seem quite normal to you, especially if you're from a Western country where smoking and drinking is still quite prominent amongst its population, in Vietnamese culture, however, smoking, drinking, and doing drugs is a huge no-no, especially for females. And a female caught partaking in these activities are viewed as being very bad girls in Vietnamese society. While most good girls are tucked in bed by around 11 p.m., these girls are still out partying into the wee hours of the morning. Most of these girls that partake in these activities aren't your average everyday girl though, and there's a good reason why they are considered bad by Vietnamese standards. A lot of them come from unstable families, meaning you'll have to deal with a whole host of mental issues, not to mention drug abuse and a risky and reckless lifestyle. If you enjoy watching your drunk girlfriend or wife grinding on the dance floor or making out with some random stranger, then come wife up one of these girls. Now, if you're just looking for some fun and adventure, they may be able to provide that, but if you're interested in having a stable and loving marriage, stay clear of these types of girls. She works at a hostess bar or massage parlor. I don't know in what world guys figured it would be a great idea to wipe up some broad working at a sleazy hostess bar, flirting with foreign men night in and night out, and potentially doing some extra services on the side, if you catch my drift. But hey, it happens. These girls are quick-witted, sharp with their tongues, and possess insane game due to dealing with hundreds and possibly thousands of men during their years working in these professions. They will tell you exactly what you want to hear and know which buttons to press to get you coming back again and again for more. From what I've witnessed and seen, guys that tend to wife up these chicks tend to want to play the part of the white knight savior that comes riding in to save her from her big bad profession, only to later on be the ones that actually need to be saved.
Oh shit! Help me!
If you enjoy watching your girlfriend or wife sitting and flirting or giving massages to perverts night in and night out, then by all means, go ahead and wife up one of these broads. She asks you for money or expensive gifts. If you find yourself in this situation, then congratulations. You've just found yourself a gold digger. Love should not be based on whether or not you can buy her expensive gifts or provide her a monthly allowance for being with you. Yet so many guys still fall into this trap of thinking that this is normal and doing otherwise will result in her leaving them. I say, let her leave. In fact, help her pack her bags and send her packing. This isn't love. This is called rent a girlfriend. As soon as a girl starts asking you for money, that should be an immediate red flag for you, especially if it happens at the beginning of the relationship. The same applies to asking you to buy her expensive gifts. Hey honey, I really love that new iPhone that just came out recently. Can you buy it for me? If you get a request like this, then reply, indeed honey, that is a really good iPhone. I think you should go get yourself a job so that you can afford to buy it yourself and become a strong and independent woman. Now don't get me wrong here. There is nothing wrong with buying something nice once in a while for your wife or long-term girlfriend that you've been seeing for a while now. However, if this is a regular occurrence, then you gotta ask yourself, is she with me because she loves me, or is she with me because I buy her things? Now, if you do want to be seen as a walking ATM machine, then by all means, go and get yourself a girl like this. Otherwise, run! She's cheated before. You know the saying, once a cheater, always a cheater? Well, apparently, this is true, at least according to a research study published in the journal Archives of Sexual Behavior. In the study, researchers found that those that had cheated previously in a relationship were 3 times more likely to do it again. Think about that for a second. If your current girlfriend had cheated before on someone, she's 3 times more likely to do it again and cheat on you. And to make matters worse, if you get married and bring her back home to a country where divorce laws are highly biased towards men, she could very well go screw your neighbor behind your back, get a divorce, and then take half of all your assets, including your house, and give you the boot, meanwhile allowing her cheating lover to live in your house. So the next time you're dating a girl with a promiscuous past, you may want to reconsider whether or not she is marriage material. High number of sexual partners. This one is pretty obvious, yet so many men throw this criteria out the window when in the company of an attractive female or one that knows how to say the right words to a man. Guy hangs out at a Hostess bar and meets a girl working there, or he meets a girl that's been with one too many foreigners and now it's his turn. Next thing you know, they're married. It doesn't matter that she's been with dozens of guys from all corners of the globe. Just as long as she loves him, then he can forget all about her past. I chuckle when I hear and see guys wifing up a girl under this category. I think most men would be in agreement that they would prefer a wife with a low partner count, or perhaps one that has preserved her chastity. Girls that sleep around a lot not only carry a higher risk of having an STD, but they are in general less satisfied in relationships with the partners as well. And this has even been backed up by research. Research studies have shown in the past that the more sexual partners a woman has had, the less happy their marriages are, while those with the fewest had the highest levels of happiness. Other studies have also shown that females that have had a large partner count are more likely to get a divorce. So then, why on God's earth would guys still do this? Because they think with their she has daddy issues. If you want a stress-free and stable dating life, then I cannot stress enough that you should stay away from girls with daddy issues. Girls that have issues with their fathers tend to have a whole host of mental issues. Here is just an example of what you can expect. They are highly insecure. They are clingy and needy. They don't let people get close to them. They have commitment issues and struggle to maintain relationships. They are more prone to depression. Prepare to have your life thrown upside down if you consider marrying a girl with daddy issues. I had the unfortunate event of having dated a few of these girls, and let me tell you, it was not worth it at all. Nowadays, whenever I'm considering a girl for long-term relationships, I make it a priority to get to know what her relationship is like with her parents, especially her father. If you enjoy drama and go on an endless emotional roller coaster ride, then these girls are perfect for you. Otherwise, I wouldn't recommend it. She's batshit crazy. Maybe, just maybe, she's escaped from an insane asylum recently, or she's forgotten to take her meds. It doesn't matter. If you get involved with a girl that has a few screws loose, then pretty soon you'll end up turning into a loony yourself. Girls that blow hot and cold, have weird mood swings, or stalk you everywhere you go are not for the faint of heart. If you haven't seen enough horror movies with a crazy female villainess, then now's the perfect time to sit down and watch a few. Doing so could potentially save you from ending up in a psychiatric hospital yourself. And now, a quick shout out to thank all of my Patreon supporters. This video was made possible by your generous support. If you enjoy my videos and are interested in helping to support the channel directly, then head on over to my Patreon page. There's a link in the description below. If you enjoyed today's video, then make sure you hit that notification bell because on my next video, I'm going to go over some common dating scams here in Vietnam. And if you liked today's video, then make sure to watch these two videos that I have right here as well, where I talk more about dating Vietnamese girls. Anyways, thanks for watching and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye!